I want to go into a bit more detail about the lead generation forms because it's probably the single easiest way for most of you to get started with high-performing Facebook ads to hit those bottom-of-funnel people that are ready to request conversations with your sales team. So here I am in an example campaign, and then I'm within the ad set, and now I'm looking at the specific ads. So you can see the navigation here at the top. I'm going to go down here and see the company's logos, etc. And here we are at the instant forms. So I am going to create a form. I can name the form whatever I want. I can add a little intro. I can add a headline. Free accounting consultation. Takeaway 1. Takeaway 2. And if you really want to have high conversion rates, you need to focus on the benefits of the offer itself. And the offer in this case is the free consultation. And then what you might have is some qualifying entry fields. So it could, for example, be information about their work, their job title. I don't recommend forcing people to provide work email and work phone number because often when they're exploring on their phone or just browsing at home at night, they may not want to associate their work email. The other challenge is that you're alienating tons of people when you force them to use work email. So one of the most influential groups of people out there are independent consultants who are often senior level people who were executives but have now gone independent. They're going to be using Gmail, they're going to be using Yahoo a lot of the time. So I don't recommend using these, but you could put in something like job title, company name if you want it to. Keep in mind that the more information you ask for, the more you're going to hurt the conversion rate. So it's up to you, depending on how busy your account executives are, your salespeople are. Do you really, if you're lacking in leads in demo requests or consultation requests, then put in as little requirements as possible. If the problem is that they're wasting their time with too many bad leads, then you probably want somebody more qualified and you can put in more fields. From my experience, one of the easiest ways to enhance performance of these lead forms is to deal with what happens after they submit it. So you could put in something like schedule your call now. And then you might put in something like calendly.com/Joe accountant, something like that. So when you create a lead gen form, you actually get kind of two calls to action. The first is them filling out the form. And then when they fill out the form, they get another call to action. So for example, this one is visit website, or it could be schedule demo, or it could be learn more. So you have the opportunity to nurture the lead after it's been created. And I think this is one of the critical mistakes that happens in business-to-business marketing is not enough nurturing. It's just kind of, let's just get people to take an action and then our job is done. You need to continue to market to people after they've submitted a form. So the easiest way to do that is just to have a button that kind of sends them where they can learn more information, or it could be watch video. And then you go to youtube.com/thought leadership video. You continue to sell to them because, especially in business to business, they're probably going to evaluate at least maybe 2 other solutions. So there's no reason that you can just stop trying to sell yourself. And there's no reason that marketers should say that their job is finished once the MQL is created. You need to nurture them so that they do actually end up having a conversation with the sales team. And when they do have the conversation, they're more informed. Now, the other challenge with lead gen forms, and this is the same with LinkedIn, is that you need to download them by default. And as far as I know, Facebook still only keeps the leads in their system for about 3 months. So make sure that you download them, or do the alternative, which is much better, an integration with your CRM. So for example, you could integrate the lead gen forms with Aweber, ActiveCampaign for your follow-up nurture email sequence. So that's also best practices. One thing is to once people submit the form, direct them to a page or a video to learn more. But the other thing you want to do is put them into a nurturing sequence. And you can automate that through a program like ActiveCampaign. And you can see there's tons and tons of integrations that Facebook provides natively. So how do you actually integrate the CRM with Facebook lead capture forms? Well, you go to business.facebook.com to go to your business account. I'm in this area called the Publishing Tools, and down at the bottom there is a selection called Lead Setup, and here you can search for your CRM, for example HubSpot, and then you would connect from website to integrate into HubSpot. Now, there are going to be situations where what you may want to do is integrate the form submission into your actual application. So maybe you have like a free trial in your app, so there may not be a native integration that's available for you. In cases like that, what you may need to do is build a connection to Zapier and then do a Zapier integration with Facebook Forms. The other thing I want to point out is that traditionally you would manage the leads in this area, in the business Facebook section, but they've actually created essentially their own little mini CRM within Facebook, and that is the Lead Center, which I'm going to bring up right now. And now I'm in the Lead Center. You can see here that there are 2 leads that have come in. I have emails for people. And what I can do here is I can download the leads by clicking this as a CSV and manually import those into the CRM. Now, what I recommend is if you are small and agile, or perhaps new to Facebook, what I would do is I would start by doing this manually. I would not worry about the integration. I would just have a proof of concept that yes, Facebook lead gen forms are effective at generating decent quality leads or people requesting demos, consultations. Do it manually, perhaps have somebody that's an associate do the manual labor. And then what I would do is I would transition to a full integration to scale up and automate the process.